Where can you find beautiful mountains, developed natural hot springs, and a donut that will tickle your taste buds? A place of relaxation and reflection, all near an original county settlement and the oldest bar in the state. Join us as we find out together at the foot of the Sierra Nevadas. This overhead mural showcases Lake Tahoe all the way over to the Reno Tahoe Airport. Very cool. And we're located actually right here on the X. In 1862, David and Harriet Walley developed a spa along with 11 beds, a ballroom, and gardens. Currently exploring some room options. The first room selection that we were given had a bunch of teens having some fun next door, and so they had a few options we're going to take a look at and see what kind of room we want to reside in for the next couple of days here at Wally's Hot Springs. There are quite a few rooms in this hotel, so we're looking for 2305 right now to see what we can find, and we're just exploring these hallways right now. Do not see this room. 2305, where are you? Back looking for 2305. The card says first floor. I don't think it's on the first floor. We just walked the first floor right up to the third floor. Let's see what we can find. We'll do this together. And we're out of the elevator. Okay, it looks like this is it. We have figured it out. Third floor. We're about ready to experience the first look at the Wally's Hot Spring room 2305 here at Wally's Hot Springs. And we're still going. We are still going. Bit of a march from the lobby. So be prepared. Grab one of the luggage carts, I would suppose. And we are rounding the bend. Here we are, 2305. You ready for a first look at 2305? We're heading in. Here we go. First looks. Ooh, reaction shots. This is the first impressions. We'll do both. The first impressions and then a longer review later on. Room 235, Wally's Hot Springs. Here we go. Place to hang stuff. Some art. We have the kitchen, the little refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker. Love that. Bathroom looks great. Stand-up shower. We'll test and review. Bathroom, bedroom. Bedroom has the queen size option. A couple lamps and TV. See what this view looks like. There we go. We got the Carson range out there. Ooh, that looks nice. Check out this view of the Carson range, Genoa Valley. Look at those mountains, snow-capped, glorious. It's always excellent when a hotel or a place allows you to take one of the bell carts, use it, and return it. I know a lot of trust has been broken, and so you don't often get the ability to manage your own bell cart, but I prefer it very much. And I can be trusted. I will return it. I promise. Always, I will always return. Always return your bell carts. Change the narrative with hotels. Build trust, people. Build trust. Moving in. Wally's Hot Springs Hotel and timeshares here has hot springs. So naturally, we've got to give it a go. Headed to the hot springs now, give it a dip, see how it feels. Gotta love a good hot springs. Rest for the bones, peace for the soul, all those good things. We're headed there now on the walk. Good to mention that there's a restaurant on site, which we didn't eat at, and a small store for basic food items. I'm getting hungry for that donut, but first we'll jump in the hot water and work out some aches and pains. We're now checking out Wally's Hot Springs, the springs themselves, and there seems to be five or six smaller hot tub-like springs, and then a heated pool towards the middle of the deck area here. I'm not really sure. We're still determining if there's ones that are hotter or cooler than others, but we're not entirely sure. This seems to be the furthest away from the original pump house, so Maybe it's the coolest. Logic would dictate that, but who knows? We're gonna test them all and see if there's one that's hotter. Where we're staying on the further end of the property, it's about a 3-minute walk, but you're along the marshes. It's actually really pretty. So it's a pretty walk this direction. And where we're sitting is right in the shadow of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. So what I'm looking at here is just absolutely gorgeous. The sun is setting over these mountains. It's a beautiful backdrop to the springs. These are more developed hot springs, so you might be used to sort of the wild hot springs in the middle of nowhere, or you might be used to something like this, which has been developed for a couple hundred years at this point. But this is an absolutely gorgeous setting here at Wally's in the Sierra Nevada mountains, right by Genoa near Carson City. Right with my hand, I'm feeling one of the hot jets coming into this spring, and I would imagine the water coming out of the jet is at least 103. This pool itself doesn't feel that hot, and I don't see a temperature gauge, a thermometer anywhere, so I'm just gonna have to guess it's about 100. From my extensive experience utilizing hot tubs, my internal gauge is telling me this. Might be able to check my watch as well. Oh, there we go. This is not staged, folks. Looking at my watch now, it is 103 degrees in the water. So my instincts are spot on, phenomenal. Can be trusted. In 1887, Mark Twain stayed at the springs and said this: "These springs, without a doubt, have no equal on this coast for the cure of rheumatism and all afflictions that necessitate me visiting them. I now leave without crutch or cane, entirely well, not only relieved from pain, but gained in spirit." Now let's go get that donut. I've eaten food all over the world, but one of my favorites, an enduring classic, and something that I love a lot, are donuts. We got this recommendation to try out Kim's Donuts, so we're here in Gardnerville, Nevada, breaking up our 2-night stay at Wally's Hot Springs with some treats. Let's check it out. Kim's was a family recommendation, and we just happened to be close enough while at Wally's. We didn't arrive until 9:30 a.m., and the case had basically already been cleaned out twice. I didn't get my go-to option, the cinnamon roll, but we did find a few other standard goodies that I was excited to try. Thank you so much. First off, this cinnamon twist thing was very sweet and a unique take on the glazed twist. Rainbow sprinkle on chocolate was next up, followed by the ubiquitous chocolate round. Sometimes chocolate rounds have the glazing underneath the chocolate as well, which amps up the sweetness. I can go either way depending on my mood. I will admit to having a decent sweet tooth, and Kim satisfied the craving, even with this morning's limited selection. From Gardnerville, we skipped over to Genoa and walked the town. Genoa is the oldest town in Nevada and was an important milestone for pioneers heading west. Being the oldest town, of course, it is home to the oldest thirst parlor in the state, which has been serving up various beverages to thirsty travelers since 1853. Back at Wally's, I wanted to show you one of the oldest springs that was built out of rock and is now just for show. The locker rooms are fully featured with saunas and steam rooms, lockers if you're here for the day. In the morning, you can see steam rising from the water that surrounds the hotel. It's very peaceful, other than the honking of geese, which is peaceful in a different way. It's our last morning here in Genoa, Nevada at Wally's Hot Springs. Our room was about $179 plus a resort fee for the use of the hot springs. Let's head inside for our final comprehensive review. Room 235 underway. Awesome artwork of these two battling blue jays. The room was on thermostat, which is great for controlling the temperature. Kitchen worked out perfectly for us to make some meals. They even provided a little soap, and they had salt and pepper, sponge, coffee maker. They had all the basics and utensils for you to make a meal in. We of course had our bottle of Latitude wine here. This one is from Sonoma County. It was a Pinot Noir and it was great. Hints of tobacco that were pleasant. How we doing? We're back in it. Shower was good in this bathroom, a lot of good pressure, good hot water. The lights were okay, not so good for doing makeup, but it was good enough light. I would say this room overall reminds me of a nice meeting of dorm room slash your favorite aunt's house slash apartment. It has sort of the hybrid version of hotel and long-term living that you would expect from something that is both a timeshare and a hotel when needed. The bed was good comfort. It was medium soft, good for the shoulders. Still a bit tough for the side sleepers, but not terrible. Good sleep in this room. Quick peek at the media center. What was great about this media center is there was the ability to connect an HDMI. The TV was a little small for this space. Kind of would have liked to see a 55 in this space here rather than what is probably a 36-inch television, a little small from the bed. Interesting that the doors connected between the two rooms, so that always has a little bit of sound bleed, but it was okay. Decent sized closet over here. Again, one of the tables that is able to move. This was awesome because we could take the table and move it to the center here so that you have this great view of the valley in the mornings and in the evenings. Able to see those mountains over there. Overall, this was a very nice, completely passable, doable, non-luxury, but nice hotel room. We'll give it a thumbs up for everything that you need here in the Genoa Valley at Wallys in the Hot Springs. It's a great space. Room 235 in the Bodie building. Sometimes when you travel all over the world, you can forget that there are beautiful historic places right in our backyard. Let's not forget that next time we're thinking about something to do or a place to go. And as always, if you have great dining recommendations or a donut spot, send them my way.